you been, Sheriff? In the world up above. But I'm back now, just in time, too, for the Children's Corner. When I'm sitting around with my homework all done and there's nothing to do, I call all of my friends, they don't answer the phone. Where have they gone to? Where do you go? We're gonna go to the Children's Corner. For this walk. Oh, hi there everybody, and welcome to the town of the Children's Corner, located in the world of the magical couch. I'm Sheriff Stephen J., the Sheriff of Sawatch County, and you've caught me on the way to the rope ladder to go into the world up above, because right now it's that time of day when we eat, and I have nobody coming over to feed me or even show me how to make anything, and so I thought I'd go into the world up above and get a bite. But I'm having a problem with making a decision as to what I really want to eat. But I think I do have it narrowed down to fish. I'm not sure, but where do I go to get fish? Well, in the world up above, there's a place called Young's Lobster Pound that I was at a while back, and they had all kinds of different types of fish that you could choose from. What exactly do you do here?
Well, we have seafood of all different kinds. Besides lobsters, we have crabs, clams, mussels, oysters. We do fish, haddock, swordfish, halibut.
And all of these are like living until somebody orders them to eat, and then all of a sudden they're on your plate, right?
That's right.
And one of those types of fish is a shellfish, clams. You know, I was introduced to clams a while back from a character I met. His name's Uncle Richard. He lives on the other side of Fantasy Forest, and he made up some clam chowder for me, and it was absolutely delicious. But then he showed me something else that the clams do that I thought was very curious. It's called clam races. Sheriff Stephen J. here, and today we have a treat. I ran into a very interesting character. His name is Richard, or Uncle Richard as he's known in these parts. And Uncle Richard says he does clamming. And I'm asking, what is clamming? We were just studying the tide chart, so tell us a little bit about clamming and the tide chart.
Okay, well, in order to go clamming, you need to know when you're going to have a low tide. And that's why you want to study your tide chart. And this is so cool because it gives you the day of the week, it gives you the hours, and it also tells you when you're going to have a low tide and how low it's going to be. So we have a low tide today, this morning, at around 9:30. And it's going to allow us to go down to the beach, and of course the ocean will have gone out, exposing all of that really nice sand, and then we can walk around out there and start to see where the clams are, because little tiny holes will develop on the beach, and that is where you can find them. But in order to do that, you need some equipment.
All right,
First of all, you need what they call a clam hod. And a clam hod is where you put the clams, once you've gotten them, and you'll notice there are holes in it. And then in order to get the sand off the clams, what you need to do is to go and then take this and dunk it in the water. But in order to be able to get the clams, you need something else. And this is it's a cultivator, but it also is great for digging up clams. So once you found that hole, then you very carefully go and dig around that hole, and you can bring up a clam, which I'm hopeful we will be doing later on this morning as the tide goes out. And then, hopefully, if we're lucky, I'm going to be able to show you how to do clam races, and that's really special and a lot of fun.
And is he a character or what? Uncle Richard. Lead the way, Uncle Richard.
All righty, thank you. Let's go on our clam hod and our cultivator.
Never heard of such a thing. Howdy, folks. As you can see, Richard's gone off and he's clamming.
That is a hole where there is a clam. And as I'm walking around on the beach, the clams below the surface of the sand can feel the vibration. They then squirt out some water, and that's what causes that little dent. And then I will take my clam rake, and that's where I will dig to find one of the clams.
Oh, Uncle Richard, I finally made it out here.
Well, I'm glad. We were missing you.
Well, how are we doing here with the clamming?
Well, as you can see, we're making great headway. We've been able to come up with quite a number of clams. It's good to be able to do this, especially on such a beautiful day.
Yeah, I noticed the wind's kicking up.
Well, that's nice. It keeps the bugs away.
Hey, I like that.
Yes, we do too.
So, I noticed you have the clams lined up now. Are they getting ready for the races?
Absolutely. We've got them all lined up here, and we'll just give them a little bit of peace and quiet. And then, as I've explained to you, they open up, and out comes that little foot, and they dig a little hole, and then they just go ahead and disappear.
Well, while we're waiting for them to have some type of activity, can you tell me what the seagulls around here are doing?
Well, it's, as you can see, low tide, and seagulls have to eat too, and believe it or not, seagulls like to go clamming. And they'll go and they'll dig up a clam, and then you got to really watch yourself because they fly way up high and they drop the clam so that when it hits the ground it breaks open so they can get into the clamshell and eat the clam.
So basically that's what that seagull is doing out there right now.
Absolutely. He's taking it up in the air, he's had it come down, it's broken, and he's having his lunch.
Well, that is very curious.
It is very curious.
I find this whole clamming thing very curious.
Well, it's a lot of fun.
Hey, there goes one.
If you see the very large clam there on the back row, you can see his foot trying to come out, and he's maneuvering around a little bit, and he's going to start to dig a little bit deeper. He's going to try to pull himself up so that the edges of his clam will be able to go right down into the hole as he digs it. You can see how he's wiggling around trying to get his foot down deeper and deeper into the sand. And each one of them will do the same thing.
So what's that other thing that's sticking up squirting water, I noticed?
Okay, that's a siphon, and that does indeed squirt out water and will squirt at you periodically.
What is that doing though? What's the purpose of that?
Well, it's used in their circulating seawater through their system so that they intake nutrients so that they can grow.
Boy, that's curious. There's another one going.
Now we have one in the other row there that's starting to do the same thing, turning on his edge. The part of the clam that has the least resistance to the sand. And he's blowing bubbles.
Hey, we got us 3.
Now we have another one in the front row that's also turning on his head, pulling his foot down and trying to straighten himself up and dig a hole. There he is.
I think that that little guy that's going there, I think he's going to be the winner.
On the left there, I think is getting ready to start to do something because he just spit some water out of his siphon.
Oh, here comes the tide. This is going to be it.
Just a tiny little piece of the shell still showing.
And that's it. Now those clam races, they were very curious. Which just happens to be, you guessed it, an alphabet shift word of interest. Yeah, but so is debacle, which I'm going through right now. Debacle. D-E-B-A-C-L-E. C-L-E, meaning a sudden downfall or total failure. Debacle. And that's exactly what I'm going through now with my decision here. I just don't know what I really want to eat today, but I am looking at the fish thing, so I tell you what, why don't you join me in the world up above and help me make the decision? And one last thing, you wouldn't happen to know how to get to Young's Lobster Pound, would you? I kind of forgot. Kind of problem. I tell you, we'll grab a map when we get up there. They do have paper maps up there, don't they? I don't know if they make them anymore. No, this way. Where am I? Ah! Whoa!
You're trespassing. You hear your sheriff trespassing?
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm a little lost.
I'd say so.
I'm Sheriff Stephen J. Okay, can you tell me where am I?
You're in the middle of a pig pen.
Really?
What
So
can I
some
do
people-
for you?
that's what some people say about my house, you know. Well, anyway, yeah, you know, I'm looking for Young's Lobster Pound. You have you happen to see it or know where it is, or it's around here somewhere. I'm trying to find it on the map. I just can't seem to find it.
It's a long ways from here. I think you made a wrong turn someplace.
Well, I had a feeling. I just had a hanker and a feeling for lobster today. But
Well,
now
how,
you
how
see
about pork instead?
pork. You mean like bacon?
Like bacon, like pork chops.
Do you have that here?
We have that right here. Yes, we do.
Really? Wait, don't tell me. I know where I am. Let's see. Pigs, little houses, smell, mud, sausage. You're a pig farmer.
That'd be a pig farmer. Yes,
Wow.
it would be.
And I wandered onto a pig farmer's farm.
Yes.
How did I do that? Well,
Well, you took a wrong turn, obviously.
Okay, well, obviously. How many acres is this farm?
It's about 150 acres.
What is the area I'm in now?
This is the feeding zone here. This is where we feed our pigs.
Oh, that's okay. You got all the troughs.
Yeah, pig troughs right here.
Well, how come they don't look? They look muddy. They look like you haven't used them in years.
Well, we haven't used them for a while because we had too much mud, so we've been feeding out in the field.
Oh, I see.
But we'll start feeding here again soon.
Am I in the middle of the acreage?
Actually, you're pretty near in the middle of front and back, and you're over to the eastern side of the farm itself. So
Well, ask a silly question.
yeah,
Okay, so I'm kind of curious. As long as I'm here, how many pigs do you have? Whoa! What was that all about?
that was wanting to be where somebody else was.
Yeah, well, I think I want to be somewhere else.
Big pigs trump.
How much do your pigs weigh?
They're about 600 pounds. Some
So-
of them weigh up to 900 pounds.
Do you make sausage and bacon here?
We do.
Do you name your pigs?
We name the sows, and that's the ones.
So the
that have-
sows are which ones?
That's the females. They have the babies. They're the ones we keep a long time.
And what do you call the male pigs?
They're boars if they're a working boar, and if they're castrated, then they're called barrows.
Yeah, I call that unfortunate.
I would too.
Well, anyway, so you make that, and how many houses? Did you make these houses?
Yes.
And how many do you think you have houses on the property?
Oh, geez, it must be 15 altogether, I'd say.
And how big do the pigs have to get? Because the piglets, right? You get the piglets.
Right.
Breed them here. How big do those piglets have to get before you can like have salami?
They go up to about 200 to 300 pounds is when we use them.
Well, these pigs over here are way over that.
Right, and those are the sows. Those are going to be the mama pigs.
Okay, so the mama pigs you don't make sausage with.
No.
I didn't know that. And the other pigs you do. The male pigs you make the stuff out of.
Yes. Well, we use the females too, but those are not. We just don't breed them.
So they get too old to breed, and so then you.
Then they go into sausage
that's-
and salami.
Dude, that's not right, man. That's not right. Okay, well I'm hot out here, and you know I hear these pigs are making some strange noises. I'm getting a little concerned.
Yeah, they only eat a leg or two.
Oh, that's nice. That's reassuring. Thanks a lot. Feel a lot better now. All right, I'm out of here. You know, I find our conversation very interesting, and I'd like to continue it, but in a different place. Is there a safer place we can go and talk about this?
We can go in over the other side of the road and see the other pigs that are in a fence.
Pigs in a fence. Pigs in a fence. Kind of like pigs in a blanket, but better. Okay, where is that? Which way? Where do we go? Which way? Which way?
Follow me this way.
Going this way.
Come with me.
So, this is the other side of the road. And what are we standing in front of?
This is some of our first pig trucks. We used to move them around so we could prepare the ground for gardens. And I joined them together and created a pig house for the younger pigs that stay down here in the summertime.
Well, it looks like a pigsty.
Ooh, that's what they used to be called.
You need to clean it up.
They do that themselves.
So, you keep pigs down here?
Yes. Yeah, right now there's almost 50 pigs down here right now, I guess.
And they just roam around. How do you keep the pigs in the farm without like running out of the farm or going somewhere else?
We use an electric fence.
Oh.
Generally we have just one strand. In the feeding area I use two, and because the babies are here,
Oh, I see. That's small.
that gets a wire lower. Out in the field we have just the one. They learn that and then they won't go through it anymore.
But you know, on the way over here, before we, came across the street, I noticed one of your houses, pig houses, had some smaller pigs in it. They weren't as fat as the other pigs. Why is that?
Well, they contracted circovirus that comes in the grain.
Wow.
And we didn't know about it, so we didn't vaccinate beforehand. Now that we're aware, we vaccinate all our piglets.
So it makes them so they don't get as big?
Well, they will eventually get bigger. It stunts them terribly, it takes them a longer time. But eventually, I think, because we have some that have gotten quite large. So, and some of them just don't make it.
Okay, how many have you lost?
We've lost about 200 of this group of 280.
Wow, 200.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes, it's devastating.
What do you feed these pigs to make them get so big so I can avoid eating what you're feeding them?
Well, we feed potatoes, but they also get vegetation. But the potatoes, they get those twice or once a day, and we feed them in this area so that they'll keep coming to this area, because this is where we capture the pigs to move them.
And what was your sausage called? I'll try it.
It's White's Farm salami,
Mm-hmm.
and we do sopressata, we do honey peel, we do chorizo,
Wow,
pepperoni, and summer sausage.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah, you'll
Well,
have to come try it sometime.
I will. I want to thank you for telling me all about your farm and everything. I'm Sheriff Stephen J., by the way.
Sheriff of where now?
I'm sheriff of, well, it's the world of the, and the black bard and the ladder, and this is the door. A place.
Oh, okay.
You gotta drop by and see me sometime, and I'll show you around.
If I can find that place, I'll do that.
Yeah, well, there's a rope, and yeah, good. Once again, you take care now,
You too.
and nice talking to you, and I'll see you around. I'll find that young lobster
good
pound.
luck finding
I
youngs.
feel like sausage now.
Well,
I
we
like
can
that.
go
I
have
see
some if you'd like. It's up in the milk room where we
Well,
sell
what are you
sausage.
talking to me for? Let's go try
Well,
some.
let's do that.
Let's do it.
All right.
So, what's this place?
This is where we sell our meats and sell the bowls and other wooden stuff that we make.
You make wooden stuff?
Oh yeah, we do furniture, we do wooden turnings, tops as you can see. We do display cases.
But things out of wood. Okay, so you do wood stuff. Where do you do the wood stuff at?
I have a shop over behind the house here.
So you display what you do and your sausage and all that, because I see you have sausage on the table here.
Yes, we do. These are three of the types that we have. We do two more, we're just out of those right now.
And you have tastings in here? I'm just asking.
Oh yes, yes. You get to taste these three.
Oh, great. Which one should I taste first? Well, and then tell me a little bit about them.
Okay, well this one is the chorizo, and it's a Spanish, Portuguese. The Mexicans also make a variety of chorizo. It's kind of spicy, and then this would be the summer sausage, And that is the only smoked one that we do. We actually ferment it, which salami is fermented sausage, is what that is. And then this one is the pepperoni, which most everybody knows what pepperoni is.
All right, well, let's start with the first one.
All right.
Try this. The one thing about getting lost and winding up in places like this, I get to eat free stuff.
Well, yes, that, and we don't want you going away hungry, so. Mm-hmm. A little spicy, huh?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Much seasoning, a little bit of spice in there.
Yeah, there's pepper and there's red pepper as well. There's garlic.
Good. I love garlic. Probably one of the reasons I love this.
There you go.
Very good.
And this is the summer sausage. This is smoked.
So the other one wasn't smoked
No.
for the summer.
Yes. And that one's smoked.
Good. What kind of wood do you use?
I actually use the sawdust from when I saw logs. In this particular case, right now we're using oak. We can use maple, we can use cherry. There's really not a lot of difference until you get into woods like hickory and things like that, which have a distinctive flavor.
That is very, very good. And boy, that has a little kick to it now, doesn't it?
Yes.
And we're not even to the last one.
No, that's this one here.
Thank you.
The first one and the last one have wine in them as well. Then we use a local winery for their wine.
I'll add a little to it.
Yes.
I don't really taste the wine though, but
Well, it gives it just a little bit of a, I don't really want to say sour, but sort of a floral maybe.
yeah. That is tasty. What do you call that again?
That's the pepperoni. And this is the chorizo, and that's the summer sausage.
Do you ever make a pizza and put that on it?
Oh yes, we do quite frequently. Actually, many Friday nights, we do pizzas.
How do you get these to market?
Well, we take them to the farmers market. We sell them right here at the farm, and we do food hubs and the co-ops.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. I'm glad I came upon you. I did have one last question. When we were back across the street and you had that pigsty there, and you said it was a truck or something, or what'd you say? And what are we standing in front of?
This is some of our first pig trucks. We used to move them around so we could prepare the ground for gardens. We call them trucks because we move them. We take and put several pigs in there, and we keep leapfrogging that forward because they clear the ground. They eat all the roots out and plow up the soil and fertilize the soil, and then we move it down, and that allows us to plant vegetables in there without a whole lot of extra work.
And you have a lot of fertilizer in there.
We do have a lot of fertilizer, yes sir, we do.
Well, I want to thank you for inviting me into your farm, and actually I did wander into it because I was lost. But I guess I got to go find that Young's Lobster Pound. I've been there before. I don't understand how I wandered here, but thank you again.
Surely.
I appreciate it.
Surely.
And it's great sausage you have there.
Thank you. Go ahead and take one of those with you and mix it with your lobster if you'd like.
Are you sure?
Oh, sure. Go
Really?
ahead, sure.
I got to get lost more often. Okay, I'll grab this one. This is a spice one, right?
That's the chorizo, yes sir.
Well, thanks, buddy. And I shake your hand. Thank you again, but,
You can.
And anytime you're down in my area, come look me up and I'll give you a tour.
I'll do that.
All right.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, Stuart, you take care. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
you're very
All right,
welcome.
bye-bye.
You never know who you're going to meet on the farm.
Well, there you are. I lost you guys over right past the pig farm there. Well, anyway, I never did find Young's Lobster Pound. So I ended up having a hamburger. Yeah, well, it's not really what I'm not sure if I really wanted a hamburger, but... Well, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to the next time we all get together, and maybe we'll actually cook something here at the house. on the Children's Corner. Yeah. What's for dessert? Where do you go